I want to win another Super Bowl. You guys want to win another Super Bowl. But the question we need to ask is, do the Eagles want to win another Super Bowl? And it's really a shame that we're asking that question, but we're asking, do they? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to talk about abundance of things. But I'm gonna title this video, does Alshon really fix all the problems? But I'm gonna get into abundance of things, that being one of them. So the reason why I started off the video the way I did is because I really have to question that, do the Eagles really want to win the Super Bowl? Are they content with just winning the Super Bowl 52 and proving all the doubters wrong in the greatest underdog story I've ever seen in my life, and just want to coast along with the rest of the NFL and maybe be in the mix here and there every now and then? And it's really sad that, again, and I have to ask that question because, we have great leaders on this team like Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson and Malcolm Jenkins and everything. And even Michael Bennett, who knows what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. And matter of fact, it's really coincidence that Michael Bennett is here because he was on the Seahawks when they went back-to-back Super Bowl. So if anybody knows what it's like and what you have to do to get back to the Super Bowl, it would be him, right? Doug Peterson, somebody else. Though he was a backup, he was on the team with the Packers when they won the Super Bowl in, 96, I believe it was. And then they went back in 97. So even he knows what it's like to know what you have to do to go back-to-back Super Bowls. Now, funny thing is, both Doug and Michael Bennett, they didn't win their Super Bowls. They lost. But they're trying to rectify the wrongs. They're trying to. And we saw on Sunday how predictable that offense was. Carson Wentz was just throwing to the tight end because we have no wide receivers. It's true. And my friend Addy and my other friend Nick, who I've known for years, they both tried to come and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? They come up to me, or text me rather, and they say, or on Facebook or whatever, they go, once Alshon gets back, it'll be fine. Because Alshon's the one that makes this team go. And I have no doubt that that's not true, because it is true. But they're going, all we need is Alshon back and we'll be fine. No. They're telling me, just put Nelson Aguilar on the outside. They don't pay attention then. They don't know what they're talking about. Nick is athletic. He plays sports. Addy, I've been watching football longer than you. I believe he said since 2008, 2009, he's been watching football. So they know they know more football. They know what they're talking about. But did either one of them play football? I don't know if Nick did. But I know I have. I've played football. I've been watching since 2010. So I believe I know what I'm talking about. Addy may have been watching for 10 years, but I've been watching for 8. So I'm not that far behind. I've seen what it's like to root for the Eagles only to be disappointed. I know what it's like. And so when I say we need help on the other side of that field with another receiver, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? But everyone else is saying the same exact thing. The Eagles themselves have to know that Jordan Matthews isn't the answer because he's a slot receiver. The Eagles have to know Jeremy Maclin isn't the answer because he just doesn't have it anymore. And he's injury prone. Even Jordan Matthews is too, but with Nelson Aguilar, he shouldn't see that much playing time. Torrey Smith wasn't the answer. Mike Wallace wasn't the answer. But you know who would have been the answer? Josh Gordon. But they didn't do anything. They let him go. He's on the Patriots now. And all they had to do was give up a 5th round pick. We've got like 500 of those. Give a 5th. We could have given him a fourth. But they didn't want to do it. Why? Because it was too much of a risk. Because it was too much of a... he's on a thin ice. If he does something stupid, just cut him. I don't remember his name, but when we got a cornerback in the offseason, and the minute he did something stupid, what did you do? You cut him. This should be a no-tolerance team. Josh Gordon, him going to the Patriots, he has a chance to win a Super Bowl now. But you know what? He had that same chance with the Eagles. It would have been a little bit harder. Yeah, it would have been. But again, I tell you, Alshon, Josh Gordon, Zach Ertz. We saw how great Dallas Goedert looked on Sunday. Jay Ajayi, Corey Clement in the backfield. Don't sit there and tell me that couldn't have been a great offense with Carson Wentz coming back. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that wasn't worth the risk. Do you want to win the Super Bowl again? Are you happy with just winning one? Remember the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl? You remember that? No, I don't. No, I remember us losing. I didn't watch the game, but I remember how I've seen the videos and the clips and everything, all that stuff. I've heard people talk about it. But that was over, what do you mean, 2018? That was over 16 years ago. The Seattle Seahawks, they won the Super Bowl in 2013. They went back in 2014. They don't even resemble that team anymore. That team is long gone. Do you think they got a shot to win a Super Bowl? No. The Eagles need to make a move. Let me tell you who we got coming up. And tell me if you think we're going to be fine. Got the Tennessee Titans. Not a bad matchup. I expect us to win this game. They're a run-first team. But you never know. After what we've seen these first couple of games, I'm not ruling anything out of a possibility of an upset or something like that. Because every team's going to give us their best. Then we've got the Vikings coming in. They're going to want revenge for what happened in the NFC Championship game. On top of that, we went and won the Super Bowl in their building. You think that's going to be an easy game? Mm-mm. Then after that, we've got the New York Giants. You know they play us tough. Barely won both of those games last year. Now we won. We did a 61-yard field goal to win the first one. And in the second one, we were down 20-7? Before we came back. Then what we got? Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton. He's tough. Christian McCaffrey. He's good. He's great. Think that's going to be an easy game? Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. That defense. You think we're going to need some help in that game? Mm-hmm. And then we got the Dallas Cowboys. Then we got the Bayou, we got the Dallas Cowboys. Zeke is always going to be a problem. The defense has gotten better. And then we've got the Saints after that. Drew Brees. And then eventually down the line, we're going to have to go up against the Rams. We need help. We need it bad. Last year, we got Jay Ajayi at the trade deadline. It might be too late if we wait till the trade deadline. I just don't understand why you wouldn't go after Josh Gordon. I honestly don't. You're not stupid. Who's out there right now that can honestly help us? They'd have to trade for somebody at this point. They would. Reports coming out. Alshon should be able to play this week in Tennessee. Great warm-up game before we have to go up against the Vikings. I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to be one of those teams who wins the Super Bowl and then go, remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl? Man, that was 5 years ago, bro. I mean, they got a top 5 quarterback in Carson Wentz. You know, they've got a great coach in Doug Peterson, you know. I'm not sure what the team's gonna look like at that point, but I mean, we. I mean, you look at this league, man, and it's so unpredictable, man. As we saw this past week, it's so unpredictable. But I mean, I just don't want to be forgotten, man. I'm not saying we need to go out and we're going to be in the race every year like the Patriots are. I'm not saying that we're going to be, the best team ever. I'm not saying Carson Wentz is the greatest quarterback of all time. But I'm saying while we still have a window, we need to be doing something. We still have a chance. It's a 3-team race, and I'm going to be making a video about that soon. I might even make it later today. Between the Rams, the Vikings, and the Eagles. Right now, the Rams are in first place. They are. They're the best team in football right now. But the Vikings and Eagles, they're not that far behind. They can still have a chance to win. But they need to do something. Jeremy Maclin is not the answer. Putting Nelson Aguilar on the outside is not the answer. I don't know who you get. Honestly, I don't. But they need to do something. Because Alshon coming back, it's not going to be enough. You remember how Carson Wentz looked? It's going to be a while before Carson Wentz is back to his regular self. Back to any resemblance of what he had last year. The same goes for Alshon. Yeah, the teams are going to be focusing on him, which will open the field up for other people, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. I don't know who's out there. Let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you guys think we should trade for? Remember, last year we had LeGarrette Blount, we had Corey Clement, we had Wendell Smallwood and them. But the Eagles felt like they needed something else. And they went out and they got Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi has done... He made that running game even more explosive. He gave them that extra oomph, that extra juice. He made them better. He made the team better. I still believe that the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. I told you before the season started that the Eagles were going to be 11-5 based off the season and the teams they had to face. That might not be good enough because we've seen what this defense is like on the road. We need home field advantage. We need to be the number 1 seed. I don't know if that's possible. We might be the number 2 seed. But we need to get at least the top 2 seeds. Because I feel like if we have to go to LA, I don't want to go to LA, but I feel like if we have to go to LA, fine. I think we have a chance. The problem is, here's the thing. I don't doubt Carson Wentz on the road. He's going to play his game, and that offense is going to be fine. That's not what I doubt. It's the defense. We saw that in Tampa Bay. We saw that last year in LA. We saw that in Seattle. We saw that in Tampa Bay. For whatever reason, this defense on the road, away from Lincoln Financial Field, away from Philadelphia, this defense is not the same. And you know they're going to pick on Jalen Mills' side because actually Darby's been balling. Darby has been balling, and that's great. And I've heard a lot of people say that Jalen Mills needs to either go in the slot or he needs to become a safety or whatever like that. Do what you need to do. You want to, and then you can put Rasul Douglas on the outside because while he may not be one of the best and he may get burnt on some occasions, he does get turnovers and he does get takeaways, and that is what's important. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Again, I don't know who they could possibly trade for. But I know they need to do something. And they need to be at least the second seed. The Giants, the Packers. I know there have been others, most likely. But those are the teams that I think of who went on the playoffs and had to travel to like 3 different places before they got to the Super Bowl. And then they won the Super Bowl on top of that. Could the Eagles team do that? They could. But not with this team that they have currently constructed. Because they need help. Because they need more. So again, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think the Eagles should get? I'm kind of running a blank right now. I don't know who we could possibly trade for. But let me know in the comment section down below. And expect that other video about the Rams, Vikings, and Eagles. Who has the most pressure to win the Super Bowl on them. I think that's an interesting video that we need to talk about. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, until next time. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. And peace out, guys.